Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's go ahead and take a look at our slideshow. Today, we're going to be talking about this down here, the Healing and Battle Gifts families. I love both of these. They are just so good. So the first one that we're going to take a look at is the Healing Gifts family. And this includes healing bodies, healing hearts, healing minds, healing souls, and healing wholly, meaning completely, not H-O-L-Y. And so the first one we want to take a look at is healing bodies. Celeste has this one. Heads up, Celeste. She's kind of a medical intuitive. If you're a medical intuitive, then you have this gift. And it's simply having the ability to partner with your gut meaning God or Goddess, universe, higher power, to help people heal their bodies. It's about getting to the root of the problem. For example, I had this gift when I was experiencing chronic Lyme disease for 11 years. And then I was able to discover energy healing. And through energy healing, I dove into those deep-rooted reasons why my body was experiencing disease, right? Dis-ease. And so healing bodies means that you have the ability to get to the root of the problem, and you also have the ability to find and attract the resources necessary for healing the body. And so what I experienced with Lyme disease was that I needed to do a lot of emotional healing in order to create space for the physical healing. And so you're kind of doing both. You're getting to the root of the problem, and also you are finding the resources to finish the job and heal the body. Healing hearts. And so Rhonda, this one's for your heart. All those broken hearts, all of those hard emotions. This is the ability to go in and to take the broken heart and put the pieces back together to make it whole again, to bring it back into that open-heartedness, that state that is our natural beings. And so you are very adept at bringing up emotions, sitting with emotions, and helping people to heal their hearts. And so you can see how the gifts we had talked about last week of disclosure, holding space, and unpacking, you can see how they might blend very well together with these healing gifts as well. Healing minds. These are this can be mindset. It could be false beliefs. It could be, yes, to some degree, mental illness. A quick reminder, we are not, I don't know, you might be drawn to become a psychiatrist or a psychologist or something like that. And you might have that extra gift of being able to help people heal their minds. I have a friend who is currently going to school for that. She has this gift. But be careful with claims. Yes, you might have this gift, and also you might not have the full tool set to be able to help people cure mental illness, is what I'm trying to add as a caveat here. But you are able to help people shift their mindset. You are able to help them release false beliefs, and in some respects to heal that mental illness when it shows up, with that caveat. And healing souls. Sometimes our souls need to be healed, you guys. Sometimes your soul simply is not happy with what its experience is on the planet. I had this happen to me when I was in the middle of the alignment coaching that I was doing with Cami Orange, and there were a couple things in my life that happened all at once, and my soul was like, nope, 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 this is bullshit. I'm done. If something doesn't change, and if it doesn't change soon, then I just don't even want to be here anymore. That can happen. That can happen. And it doesn't mean that we're feeling suicidal. It's simply our souls are saying, look, before I came here, I was told the experience that I was going to have. And this isn't it. This is not matching up to what I was promised, and I'm not happy. And so healing souls is the ability to get to the heart of that, to figure out what your soul wants, and to bring that back into alignment, And then the gift of healing wholly, this combines all of the others, and you heal instantaneously all at once. This is a gift that you can, like the how to do this is something that you will receive from your gut. This is going to be different for every person. And so this combines the soul, the mind, the heart, and the body all together as one. And it can happen instantaneously, wholly, and completely. Okay, so if you have any questions about those, then you're welcome to ask those. The next one we're going to talk about is the Battle Gifts family. Okay, before I do that, let me check. Okay, Eliza said, I muscle tested no for healing minds and healing wholly, and yes for the others. I was really confused about that because I thought I'd have all of the healing gifts. That's another accuracy thing I was wondering about. Okay. And so let me lean into that for you, Eliza. Do I have permission to tap into your energy real quick, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, okay. Yep. That's resistance. Do you have a history of mental health and issues in your family?
Yes. And with my, I've struggled with mental health on and off
Okay.
for years.
Okay. Okay. And so just lean into this. Okay. So let's ask, I have all 10 using 100%. Is this accurate? Yes, my dear. Yes, it is. You are a healer. Okay. So lean into this one. Okay. It feels like a really big responsibility. Would you agree with that, Eliza?
Yeah. I would say that, how do I put this? My mental health struggles, which pushed me to the point of attempting suicide in high school, was the catalyst for, putting me into a treatment program that in turn, it provided a lot of healing for my family, but I feel like I've always had this on my shoulders of I'm the healer in the family. I'm the catalyst. I'm the one that has to make the first step. Nobody's going to do shit for themselves unless I am that cycle breaker.
Okay. Okay. Lay that down, girl.
Okay.
Good.
I just kind of realized that that was all was coming up there. So yeah.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I honor you as being the brave soul who goes first, who has taken on that responsibility. And you can give that responsibility back to them. It's not
That's some-
yours.
I know that's something I've talked to my husband about it in the past, and he's like, whoa, like that's not yours, honey. And so
Yeah.
that's something that I've been aware of and hadn't thought about for a long time, but that makes sense
Good.
that would
Yeah.
be coming up around that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I will need to work on that some more, I guess.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for sharing that, because we are healers. We are healers. And when you're a healer, guess what? You want to heal everybody. You want to do
Yeah,
that.
especially people you love.
Yes,
both
yes.
of both of my siblings are struggling severely with their mental health right now, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And so if you accept that you have this gift, then it feels like it comes with a responsibility to fix everybody. So I had a conversation with my friend Elisa a while back ago, and she's like, I just want to save the world. And I said, do you though? Lean into that. Do you really want to be responsible for saving the entire world? And your heart says, yes, we love everybody, save everybody. And your mind and your body and your soul are like, no, that's too heavy. That's too much. And more importantly, that's not mine. That's not mine. Okay. In mythology, there's one savior of the world. He did it. It's not on you. It's not your responsibility. And also, I know that I've shared this before, but I feel like it bears repeating. I had an experience one time where I wanted to fix my kids, where I wanted to take away their pain. And my gut told me, when you take away their pain, you take away their power. They came here. They came here specifically to learn through their struggles, pain, suffering, in addition to the joys that they have. Do not take that away. Do not take that away from them. Give it back. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay. So let me double check this on some. Thank you for sharing that, Eliza. Because we have healers here, and that's something that everybody has to hear. Lay it down, lay it down, lay it down. Yes, Luana, muscle tested high in all the healing gifts. Is that accurate? Yes. Absolutely, girlfriend. Linda says, I had some resistance with this at first. Feel I have them all too, maybe not all at 100% though. I'm struggling with finding this line from what I've closed off versus what I should be a full 100%. Okay, so this is for you as well. Okay, lean into that permission and boundary. Permission and boundaries seems to be the theme today. Permission and boundaries, permission and boundaries. You choose. I choose when, where, and with whom I share my gifts. Okay, and a reminder that your gifts are first and foremost for you. Start there, and even with yourself, you choose. Yes, permission and boundaries, permission and boundaries, permission and boundaries. And no judgment. If you're not 100%, you don't have to be 100%. We're releasing, we're laying down that responsibility. It's not yours. Lay it down. Good conversation, ladies. Thank you so much. Okay, so next, Battle Gifts family. This one is so fun too. It consists of the gifts of command, warrior, defender, watchman, strategist, and courage. The gift of command. This is leadership, people. This is leadership. And I guarantee that every single person who is here has this gift. And so if you were going through and it didn't show up, check your resistance and go back and see if this one came up for you. Okay, it could be your wounding around it could be your wounding around what you feel leadership has been. It feels like a very wounded masculine energy around it. Lisa says battle gifts were my very lowest scores. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. There's no judgment around that. No judgment around that. That could simply mean that that's not how you're being called to use your gifts. Your particular blend. Remember, we talked about how intuitive gifts, it's kind of like a play, and how you have your main characters and then you have the supportive characters. It's okay if the battle gifts are not primary. Okay. And also, if you're here, I know that you guys are meant to be leaders. Okay. Oh, there's some resistance here. Liza says command is another one. I'm pretty sure I tested no. Okay. All right. And April said that was one that didn't come up. Let's lean into command a little bit. Okay. Even the word command feels like demanding, right? I command you. Oh, it has some religious trauma too. Commanding you to do something. That is not what it is. That is not what divine leadership looks like. Okay. Angie said, I tested no, but I've been told my whole life I'm a natural leader. Okay. Okay. And I think also inner child stuff around being too bossy as a type 3. Yes. All right. Okay. I do feel like this is probably where the logical mind or a preconceived idea of what command means got in the way of your muscle testing or knowing. And so this type of leadership, it is not telling people what to do. This type of leadership is that you create these relationships. People love you. They see where you are going and they will follow you anywhere. And so it has to do more with loyalty. My psychic chiropractor was observing something about me. And he said, a manager is someone who sits behind the desk and says, okay, you go and you do this and this and this and this. And he says, that's not who you are. You get down and you walk with them. You go on the journey with them. That's who you are. That's what makes you such a great healer, is what he told me, which was very wonderful and fun to hear and validating. And also lean into that type of leadership. It's not standing up front and pulling people to come with you. It's not standing behind and ordering people about or pushing them forward. It's about you choosing where you're going and inviting people to come with you. It's an invitation more than command. Okay. So April says, being type 4, some people didn't like the inner authority type bossy either. Yeah, I can see that. Linda says, I'm reflecting on how I am to show up as that warrior and leader. Am I in the right space? I know I am a healer, just struggling with the typical view we have as a coach / leader. Yeah. Definitely journal about that. And so I've got some homework for you guys. Okay. As some of these things come up and they trigger you, I'm going to invite you to write a new definition. So when you think of command and or leadership, you're going to write, leadership is ... And you're going to write out everything that comes to mind, even if it sounds silly. Okay, so it could be leadership is stupid, it is manipulative, it is hurtful, it is harmful, whatever comes up for you. It's burdensome, it's too much responsibility, whatever comes up for you, I want you to write that down. And I want you to see what your definition of leadership has been. And then I will invite you to write a new definition of leadership. Leadership is loving, leadership is kind, leadership is community, leadership is going forward and showing the way. Leadership is loving and supporting and uplifting. Okay, and when you do that, then you can lean into the gift of command. Angie says, this reminds me of my son. His second grade teacher said he's definitely a leader, but a silent leader. He just shows up as him and people want to be around him. Boom. Yes, that is it. That is completely it. Okay, Sean said, I think you're strongest in warrior. Yes, that is my number one top gift. Okay, that's where we're going next. That is where we are going next. And that is warrior. Yes, this is my number one top gift. I'm a freaking warrior, you guys. And what this means is that I know that there are things that are worth fighting for, and I am willing to take the fight to that person or that situation or that thing. I don't wait for it to come to me. I just go out there and battle. And my weapon is love. Eliza said I tested strong for this one. Yeah. So I can see that in you. Yes, you are a warrior. And so the old masculine definition of this is that men, I guess, that we fought wars against. We fought against communism. We fought against poverty. We fight against things. But the feminine version of this is that we know what is worth fighting for. Okay, Calera got 93 out of 10. Go girl, go girl. Yeah. Luana got this one too. Yes, good. 10 out of 10, 100%. And April said Wonder Woman. Yes. Linda said, this is what you told me a couple weeks ago. Warrior of love for me. This resonated with me and has allowed me to step back into who I know I am. And Luana said, I fight to thrive, right? I love that you said that because we have been fighting to survive for so long. You get to fight to thrive now. And you are worth fighting for. And your loved ones are worth fighting for. Your values are worth fighting for. The life that you dream of, your calling, your purpose, that is worth fighting for. Okay, and Angie said, okay, April says, I have so much Aries energy. I totally have warrior. I can see that. And Angie says, this is one I tested as having up-leveled in. I can see that. Yeah. And it makes sense that I would attract a lot of people with that warrior energy into my space as well. And also, I know that Lisa has very strong Claire gifts. And if you're getting healing gifts, you don't have to be a warrior. Luana is an Aries too. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to be a warrior if this isn't showing up strong for you, if these battle gifts are not showing up strong for you. There's no judgment. It just means that your combination of gifts for your purpose on the planet is different. And that's okay, right? Because each and every one of us has a purpose that is different than everybody else's. And it's exactly right, perfect, and beautiful for you. Okay, defender. Defender is similar to warrior, except that you don't go to the battle. You stay home and protect. You stay home and protect, and you ready yourself and prepare yourself for anything that comes to your doorstep that threatens your home, your family. your way of being. You defend your rights, you defend your values. You're not afraid to speak up. And so warrior is going out to the fight, right? Taking it to the fight, taking the fight to like going to battle. Defender is staying where you are, steadfast, and defending what you know to be right and true. Okay. Watchman. Oh, I love this gift. I love all of the gifts. And so I think this is one reason why I love doing intuitive gifts, because I love all the gifts. And so when I see gifts in people, I'm like, oh my gosh, I understand you better. And I just love you because you have these gifts. And I think it's brilliant and fascinating. I just love doing this. Okay, so watchmen. There are parables and things in the Bible that talk about the watchman, right? And the watchman is the guy who goes up on a tower, and from this higher perspective, he is able to look out and see the enemy coming, or threats, risks, threats coming, and then he warns the people about it. Okay. And so if you have a shepherd and he's taking care of his flock, and you have this watchman, and the watchman's up on the on the tower, from his higher perspective, he's able to look out and say, oh, look, there's a wolf over there. And then he can warn the shepherd, hey, there's a wolf, you might want to take care of that. Likewise, if there's a village and he's up in the tower and he notices that an army is starting to come, he can sound the warning cry about that. And so the key to watchman is you have a higher perspective, and you see these threats or these circumstances coming before other people do. And so it's important for you to connect with your gut and to know what to do with that information, because if you're up there and you say, hey, there's a wolf coming, and the people who are down on the ground look around them and they're like, I don't see a wolf. It's a different perspective. It's a different perspective. And so you want to be really connected with your gut and ask, is this something that I need to share with them at this time? And yes, maybe you are being called to share. Maybe you're just preparing. It gives you the opportunity to prepare. Okay. April says, my watchman is a bit tired right now. Okay. So guess what, April? Permission and boundaries, permission and boundaries. With the battle gifts, you don't fight battles 24/7, every single day of the week, every day of the month. Nobody does that. You get to rest. You get to rest. When you feel that you are battle weary, rest. You get to rest. And Luana says, I wasn't as high in watchman and strategist. Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't have to be your primary characters. It doesn't have to be the main cast for you. Okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing this. Angie said, this has been a frustrating one for me. I wasn't connecting enough to my gut and was very upset that no one would listen to me. Then everything I predicted would happen. Yeah. Yes, that's why it's important to connect with your gut, right? Yeah. And also if your gut asks you to tell them and they still don't take heed, you've done your part and you get to allow them to have their experience. And April says, yes, rest. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, strategist. This is another good one. See, I just love all the gifts and I love how they blend together, and it's so much fun. So a strategist is somebody who is able to, it's similar to Watchman, right? Watchman has a higher perspective. Strategist has a different perspective in a different way. They can see 2, 3, or 4 steps ahead, and then they can plan accordingly. And so this one often blends well with precognition. And so it's kind of like playing chess, right? You have to have strategy for chess. You're playing a chess game, and you have to be able to see what your opponent potentially, the moves that they will make. And so you have to be able to see a couple of moves ahead in order to prepare your strategy. And then you're really good at creating plans. You are really good at coming up with solutions. You're a great problem solver. You come up with these great solutions. The caveat with this one is that if you have this gift and it's really high for you, then you can see a couple steps ahead. And so you plan, you get your plan, and then you think you have to stick to the plan until completion. Well, the other side of strategist is that you're still seeing 2, 3, 4 steps ahead. And so you get to pivot, you get to reevaluate with this new information. You get to bring it back and check it against your plan. Okay, now I have this new information. Is this plan still going to work? And do I need to tweak the plan a little bit? Do I need to throw it out completely and change something new? And so people who have strategists, they really judge themselves when they create a plan and they don't follow through. It's okay if you don't follow through. You get to pivot, you get to tweak, you get to abandon and try something new. Okay, so that's a great gift. Okay, Lisa got a 4 in strategist, my very lowest. Okay, yeah. I scored really high in the other categories, but I'm definitely working on manifesting these to a higher level. Yeah, and I would take a look at your intention with that. Everybody, if you want a gift, you can download or develop any gift. Absolutely. Just if you want that gift, right? Also, I would take a look at your intention. What would be the benefit to you raising this gift to a higher number? What would be the benefit for you to take a gift from being something in the scenery to a primary player on your play? What would be the benefit for you? And so look at those things. Luana says, I feel like I backed off from this, realizing what is mine and what is not, even though I see it. Yeah. And this is a high one for Celeste, 95 out of 10 for her. Eliza says, I don't have this one, but my mom totally does. Lisa says, so true. Yes, I totally get that. Good. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, you can have this one. Also a reminder, you don't have to have all the gifts. We were never intended to have this experience alone. And so my blend of gifts is exactly right for what I'm doing in the world. And if there are areas of quote unquote weakness or lower levels, I have people in my tribe and in my community, in my family, in my groups who have those strengths. And it is intended for us to work together, for me to bring my unique set of gifts to the table, and for other people to love and support me and bring their gifts to the table. And it's this beautiful synergy. We help each other. That is how it is intended. And so it's really cool to find out that you have so many wonderful gifts. And also there's no judgment when some of them are sitting in the audience rather than on the stage, because you get to connect with other people who have that as a main player. Yeah, Liza says, yeah, and this is honestly one that I don't feel like I need, at least at this point. I move in a different way and have people who have that can support me. 100%. Yes, exactly. Courage, courage. Oh my gosh. And I love this, right? This is the last one in this category. And this is the perfect transition to doing our demo today with Sean. Sean has this gift. This is one, if not her very top gift. One of her top gifts, if not the very top gift. And this is just uncommon courage. This is the ability to feel fear and do the thing anyway. This is the courage to say yes, the courage to heal, the courage to lead, the courage to take risks and to explore, have adventures, and to go out and really live your life and live your purpose. Courage Queen. Yes, 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 yes. Good, 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 good. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? That was such a good, let me stop share. There we go. Such a good discussion as we went through it. I loved that. Thank you so much for your comments. I'm also really happy that I was able to see the comments. Sometimes that doesn't work out so well for me. So that was really good. Okay, do you feel like you have a clear understanding of these gift families and the gifts involved in them? Okay, any ideas on resistance for courage? I tested no, but don't feel that's right. I agree with you. So I was at Elisa's conference, and there was a woman in the bathroom who was triggered and upset. And we briefly had a conversation, and she said, somebody told me that I was resilient. And it just triggered me. I don't want to be resilient. And so we think of resiliency as a compliment, right? Oh, you're so resilient. But what was being triggered in her was like, I don't want to be resilient because that means that bad things happen and I just know how to navigate it and survive those things, right? And so I feel like, lean into this, I feel like that's what's coming up for you right now. It's like you've been through so much and you have faced it courageously that you're just like, I don't want to be courageous. I don't want to face shit anymore. I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that anymore. Because if I'm not courageous, then, using those battle terms, then I don't have to command. I don't have to be a leader. I don't have to go to battle. I feel like that might be coming from some battle weariness on your part as well. So lean into that, Say, am I just so damned tired? Boundaries and permission, boundaries and permission, boundaries and permission.
Thank
Okay.
you. That resonates.
Okay.
That definitely. I'm like, what? I just want to curl up and binge watch Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Pull the
So
blanket over my head. No.
yeah. What if you had the courage to give yourself what you need? What if you had the courage to say, screw all y'all and all your needs, knocking at my door, begging for my attention to fill your needs? What if you just had the courage to say, fuck that. And I am going to curl up in a ball and watch Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. Well, I have already done that. Just
Good.
The battle gifts are my highest gifts. And I do, when you said just battle weariness, because I've also spent a lot of years in the I shouldn't say toxic, unhealthy side of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah. Now, all the gifts have a shadow side, and that's okay too. We're just learning to navigate. There's no judgment. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so all you battle weary people, it's okay. Lay down the responsibility and permission and boundaries, and have the courage to be in integrity with yourself first. Put your needs first. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to be doing the demo with Sean. And so I invite everybody to go ahead and make sure that your microphone is muted and turn off your cameras. That just helps to create the container of more intimacy between me and Sean, so that it's our energy and not a lot of other energy that is interfering with that. Also, it's 7:35 right now. If we go a little bit over, because I do plan on giving Sean my full attention and we are going to do the session to completion. If we go over, you have permission to, and you need to leave right at 8 o'clock. You have permission to do that. Okay, you don't have to drop it in the comments or anything. Just know that you can leave the session and come back later, watch the replay. Okay, all right, Sean, let's take a deep breath in together, girlfriend.
Okay.
Yes, we are going to transition from teaching to you get to receive now, okay? Good. Good. Okay. So good to see you. I just
Good to
always
see you.
love to see you. It just makes me so happy. I just had to share that. You know I love you, but I wanted to.
And you know I love you. So
I do. Okay, so do you have any questions before we begin?
I do not.
And do you have everything that you need to be comfortable? Your water bottle and
I do. I think I'm going to get rid of this pencil and get that out of the way. Okay.
okay, good. Do I have permission to muscle test and intuitively know for you?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, and just a quick comment as people are watching the demo. I don't know if I emphasize that, but that is an important question to make sure that you always get permission before you proceed. How would you like me to refer to your gut today?
Higher power.
Okay. All right. And what is your intention for our session today? We're going to be doing a power session, which is looking at the top 5 gifts that are supporting you in your intention.
Well, I think I made it pretty easy then.
Okay.
Because I wrote down, this was my intention, to hone my skills to be a more effective healer.
Okay. This might surprise you then.
Okay.
It might just be the top 5. It might just be all the healing gifts. We'll see. But also there could be some other things that are going to support you in that, because you want to hone your skills. So yeah, we're going to take a look at that. So I invite you to take a deep breath in.
Okay.
And release. Good. I'm feeling you get grounded and centered. Your, wiggle your toes.
If you can hear a little drumming, I'm drumming on my leg.
Okay.
Just so you hear.
I know that drumming. Yes.
It grounds me.
It sure does. I feel that. Good. So while you're in that place of grounding, connect with your gut and just be in that place. And while you're doing that, I'm going to check on your top 5 intuitive gifts. And I'm gonna verbalize what I'm doing to help those who are watching. And so the first thing I'm going to ask is, are there any divine affinities? No, they're all going to be divine abilities, which is what I was feeling. And so I'm going to ask, are there any in the people gifts family that are coming up for this particular intention? Healing family, yes. Are they all in the healing family? No. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at the healing family first. Write that down. Okay, so now I'm going to ask, are there any in the battle gifts family? Yes. And then I just quickly muscle tested through to see what was coming up for that.
And do you just do that on a 1 to 10 scale to decide what are the highest?
First I get the gifts. I get the gifts first. And then for each one, I go through and check that. And that's how I do it. You
Okay,
can
that
definitely.
would be how I would do it. So,
Okay. You're also welcome to get the first gift and then get the numbers right then before you go to the second gift.
oh,
You can
okay.
do that as well, but that is not what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask, are there any in the info gifts? Nope. Belief gifts? Yes. And then just kind of what's coming to me is, are the rest of them in the beliefs gifts? Yes. So the next 3 are in the beliefs gifts. Okay, so I'm going to go through. Is it? Okay. Yep. So I just muscle tested which of those. Okay, good. Okay, so we're going up here to the first gift in the healing gifts family, and it is the gift of healing holy. And so I'm getting that. If you are willing to receive it, your gut would like to download this for you.
I would like to receive it.
Okay, 10 out of 10.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Okay.
minute.
Yeah, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm just teasing you a little bit.
I know, because I do that. I do ask, are you sure? Yeah, because that does change things. So 10 out of 10, 100%, that is coming fully online for you. And this is going to be a conversation that you're going to have with your gut. What does this look like? How do I do this? Yeah, you have the tools. You have the tools. You've been through the light language certification course. You have your light language, you have your drums, you have the tools. You're going to connect with your gut and ask, okay, so what does this look like? How do I use this?
And that's going to vary from person to person, I would assume.
Possibly.
Okay.
Okay. It's possible that your gut is going to say, this is what you're going to do.
Okay.
Okay. Or it's
And it's
possible.
going to involve a drum, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure too. Yeah, you have the tools. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
So that's coming online for you. Your gift of courage. Right? Because you said, I want to hone my skills to be a more effective healer. You're going to
Yes.
need courage for that. And this is 10 out of 10, 100%. And when I'm doing this in session, and I tell you it's 10 out of 10, I'm just simplifying the scale. Okay.
Right.
Do you have it 100 out of 100? Do you have it 1,000 out of 1,000? Do you have it at 885 out of 1,000? Well, no, it's 10 out of 10. So it would be a multiple of 10. I'm just simplifying it for you. Okay. And so it's okay if you have this one higher than 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I tested that one higher than a 10 out of 10.
Yes. Yes. I'm not surprised. Yeah, this is a strength. Okay. And so we talked about this. Courage is, yeah, well, you're going to see why that's important too as we go on. The next one is the gift of faith.
Would I be asking my gut again, how does this look for me?
I think you're going to just know.
It's just gonna
Okay.
all come
Yeah,
together, okay?
it's all going to come together because here's the thing. It takes courage to have faith.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. And faith is trusting in your gut 100%.
Yep.
Not doubting, believing your higher power has your back. Everything's going to be okay. Did you feel that one?
Yeah. I have an emergency and I need to drive my car to St. George. And driving's very difficult for me, especially that really takes a lot of courage, but takes a lot of faith too. And I've muscle tested and I've been told everything. I will be fine. These are the days you can go. These are the days you can't. And so I may call you on the phone or text you and say, okay, I'm leaving for St. George. Would you send a couple angels?
Yes. And the answer is yes.
I know you would.
Okay. So what I want you to know about that too is if you call or text me and I don't answer right away, okay, and I get it a little bit later, time
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm still sending them. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly when you need them. They will be there and they will be with you the entire way. So you're going to love the rest of these.
Okay.
Okay. Because the next one is miracles.
Yeah. And I believe in miracles.
Yeah. And you've experienced miracles. And
Yes.
it's 10 out of 10. And I feel like this is 10 out of 10 isn't the download part. The 100% is the download part. Are you willing to receive it, to receive an upload to bring it up to 100%?
The miracles.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's being downloaded for you right now is miracles. And miracles are you and your gut co-create together that which you desire in a miraculous way. And a miraculous way, it's simply co-creating with your gut. Okay. It's circumventing natural law and utilizing higher law to make it happen. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Okay.
Not that I
Okay.
know all the higher laws, but I'm sure that I will be given that information as I need it.
Yes, exactly. Well, a good example of that would be time bending.
Yes.
You know, natural laws are that we have 24 hours in a day and that this is how it works and that time is linear. And then the higher laws are like, not really. It's just an illusion. Time, yeah. So you can bend time and you can make, a drive that's supposed to take 30 minutes, you can make it take 20 minutes. And you can compress time because you're going to be taking that long drive. You can create a miracle to compress that. Okay. So that it doesn't feel like this big long drive. That would be an example of a miracle that you can co-create. Okay. Okay. And the last one. Okay. Also, can you see how courage is required for your miracles?
Yes, absolutely.
Because you have to have courage to ask and you have to have courage to create.
Yep.
And the last one is worship, 10 out of 10, using it 100%. And worship is different than what we think of in religious terms. It's not celebrating your gut. Worship means that you take action on inspiration. Okay, you take action on inspiration from your gut. And so when your gut tells you, hey, you should do this thing, then you have faith and you're co-creating miracles and you have your courage. And so you do the thing. And you can see why courage would be important there, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that there is permission energy, of course, here too, right? If your gut tells you to do something, you don't always have to do it. You still have permission to say, no, I'm not going to do that. You also have permission to say, tomorrow, especially for you battle weary people. If you're battle weary and your gut asks you to do something and you don't feel like you have the energy, then you can say, let's talk about that tomorrow. You do have all that energy.
And I have learned with, ascension powers that are coming into that I have control over some of that. And I can say, I need it at a less frequency, less intense, less duration. I need a nap,
Yes.
I've learned that. And before I kind of felt like I didn't have that control at all. And now I do.
Yes. When we talk about miracles and we talk about co-creating, and we talk about worship, and this is something that we talked a lot about in the manifesting of miracles with your gut, is that your gut is not a slave master. He's not your master. Okay, he's not your master. And yes, we think of him as a parent, but not with that power differential. It's not like your gut is way up here and you're like cowering down below and that you have to blindly obey. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is that you have faith and that implicit trust that your gut would never ask you to do anything that is not 100% for your highest good. Okay. And you have faith that you can co-create miracles, meaning that your gut will provide the way for you to do what they're asking you to do, even if you can't see it right now, right? And they can provide the outcome for it. So you have the faith, you have the miracles, and then it's like, okay, with this, I can choose into following that inspiration because I know everything's going to be okay, and better than okay. It's going to be freaking amazing if I do this thing. Can you see that?
I do. I can.
Okay. All right. So you have healing. Your intention is to hone your skills to be a more effective healer. And you just got a download of Healing Holy. And your gut is going to teach you how to do that. And you have the tools for instantaneous, complete healing. And I guess I should clarify a little bit. It's not like in that one thing for that one intention. Okay. It's not like people are going to come to you and you are going to instantaneously completely heal every wound that they have ever experienced in their life. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because that's not the purpose of life. Life is a journey and it's a process, but it is when they come to you with a particular intention, you can heal that thing completely, wholly, instantaneously.
And that's why it's important to set and to have firm intentions. Yes.
That clarity, the laser focus is going to be important. And you're going to have the courage to do that. It's going to require courage for you to go there and connect with your gut and to put yourself out there and to have the faith that that's what's going to happen. and the faith to co-create miracles, because healing wholly is a miracle. Those are miracles. Healing gifts, those are miracles. And doing it instantaneously, permanently, completely and wholly, that's a miracle. And you're going to do it by following the instructions your gut gives you. So can you see how that blends together?
I can.
How does that feel?
Well, you know, when you said, when we were going down the list and you said, healing holy, I just got chills all over my body.
Okay.
And I thought, didn't I kind of like write that down as my intention? So,
yeah.
so it was like, wow.
Yeah.
And it
Um,
wasn't like you and I conspired and
Right. Mhm. Yeah, that's your intuition and my intuition, and
Yep.
that beautiful synergy and the synchronicities that happen,
Yep.
that go in our book of proof, validation that we know what we're doing and we are highly intuitive and it's working. Yeah. Are there any feelings of nervousness or any resistance, or "Oh, what am I getting myself into?" Is anything like that coming up for you?
no, not as far as the healing goes.
Good.
I
Good.
still have nervousness about going to St. George, but
Yes.
that's a totally different issue.
And yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that is daunting. And you have the tools. Okay.
Yes, I have the tools.
courage, you have the faith, you have the miracles, you have the worship that's going to support you in that. And so just one thing that is kind of coming to me right now with the worship, if you feel like you need to pull over at any time, go ahead and do that. To catch your breath, stretch, relax, just give your eyes time to not be so focused on the road or something. If you feel the need to do that, listen to that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you feel like you need a snack, a particular snack, something to give you energy to keep going, get that thing. And give yourself permission to make it happen.
And I receive that.
Good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Do you feel that you accomplished your intention for our session today, Sean?
More than accomplished. That happens to me a lot. So I'm very blessed.
Yes, you are. You're very blessed, and you have that courage. You're open to receive. You're open to receive. That's why that's why you get more than you were hoping for, is because you're open to receiving all of it. And I love that about you. What was your biggest aha today?
Just that I'm validated more and more all the time. That I am so powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. And look at the beautiful intention that you came with. You want to be a more effective healer. How beautiful is that? And of course, your gut is going to want to validate your power to be able to fulfill that intention. Yeah. You are so powerful, so intuitive, and yes, you can do this. You are doing it.
A year and a half ago, I didn't have a muscle test.
And look at you now.
And baby, who knows where we're going?
Yeah. What I do know is that big, beautiful heart of yours is leading the way.
And I feel that.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Do you have any final questions for me today?
Are you freezing to death?
I was earlier today. I went out to West Jordan for a day with my mentor. And I'm like, I'll just wear my jeans jacket and I'll be perfectly fine. And it was so cold outside, but I have a little space heater that I brought out. And so it's right here and I have it up to 72 degrees.
I mean, I'm sitting here with 3 layers on and you've got sleeveless and I'm thinking,
I know.
dude,
I
don't
know.
we live in the same area?
We do. It's
just cold.
I know. And I have my lights on.
Oh,
and
that's true.
And then when I'm doing classes, I get the nervous sweatiness. So
Yeah.
You're funny.
I was worried about you though. Let me bring you a blanket.
And I do have a blanket right here in my
Okay.
office as well, but thank you for being considerate of me. If you would like to share a testimonial, you are welcome to do that in the Ascension Bridge group. I changed the name of my group to the Ascension Bridge, so you can do it in that one. And
Is that the one that is attached to the Zoom meeting?
no, it isn't.
Okay.
Wherever you would like to share it would be fine, honestly.
Okay.
Because, I received that. And thank you so much for showing up and being willing to be our demo today. And
My pleasure.
I just love the example of your courageous heart. It's such a beautiful thing. And I think that everybody was able to learn a lot of good stuff from our demo today. So thank you for being you, for saying yes on this journey, and for leaning into your power, allowing yourself to be powerful. That's a beautiful thing. That's the other thing that I wanted to share is there are women in this class who really needed to hear you say, a year and a half ago, I didn't even know how to muscle test. And now look at what I'm doing. They needed to hear that. They needed to know that they can proceed like that too. They can progress just like
Yes,
you.
absolutely.
You're shining. Yeah. You're a shining example to them. And I appreciate that.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, good. So Angie says, thank you. Luana said, thank you. Does anybody have any final questions or comments before we wrap things up? Also, thank you to my time bending angels, because I was worried. I was worried that time was slipping away and that I wouldn't be able to give Sean, everything that we needed in a session. And it was exactly perfect. So thank you to my time bending angels. Eliza says, love you, Sean. I feel that. And Linda says, thank you, Sean. And thank you, Shelley. You're welcome from me. Thank you.
From me too.
Good. Okay, wonderful. So the homework. Is to, just to reiterate, your homework is to take a look at your definitions. If there are gifts that are cropping up that are triggering you, I want you to lean into the resistance and journal it and figure out why. So if command and leadership is triggering you, I want you to take a look at those definitions. If there are some gifts that you feel like you probably had or you used to have, but it's coming up as no to you, look at the reasons and the resistance for that, kind of do a little detective work on those things. And right at the top of your page while you're journaling, permission and boundaries. I want you all to get that message for you, permission and boundaries, because once those are in place, it creates safety for you to be able to find the answers that you're looking for.
Shelley?
Yes.
Can you repeat the homework one more time?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for asking. Because if you had the question, other people had the question, and thank you for having the courage, which is a theme tonight, to speak up. And yes, Eliza, I'll have you show that as soon as I finish repeating the homework. So when I was talking about command and that leadership, that was triggering for some people. Okay. And so I talked about rewriting that definition. What that looks like is you'll get a piece of paper, and at the top of the paper, you're going to write leadership is ... And then you're going to allow your thoughts to fill the page. You're just going to write whatever comes to mind without thinking and without judging. So it could be leadership is stupid, leadership is dangerous, leadership puts a target on your back. Whatever comes up for you, I want you to write that out. Leadership is manipulative, it's unrighteous, leadership is evil. Whatever comes up, you're going to write all of that out to get it out on the paper so that you can see the beliefs that you have around leadership. And the second part of that is I want you to rewrite your own definition of leadership. Leadership is showing the way. It is showing up in love. It is leading with light. It is whatever resonates for you. You can connect with your gut and your guides and help them teach you what leadership is too, what this divine leadership is, and what fifth dimensional leadership looks like. That's what you're being called to do. Okay. Yeah. So do that. And this is the example that came up around leadership. If there are any other gifts on there that are triggering you, go ahead and do that with those as well. Okay. So that's going to be your homework. And yes, Eliza channeled a sigil for us, a light language sigil during class. Yes, please unmute yourself and so that we can get you on full screen here and share that with us. What a fun gift.
Yeah, so when I take these classes, that's just kind of what I do. I write notes, and then I just like doodle and stuff comes through. And I have a bunch of like these colored gel pens, and I don't usually use brown, but I just grabbed it today. And this really cool, like earthy, grounding thing came through, and I thought it was really cool.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It is so good. There is so much depth to that.
Yeah, I kind of have my notes in the middle of it, but
yeah,
some other ones there too. So
would you mind taking a picture of that and posting it in the group?
Of course, I'll do that right after we hop off here.
Okay, post that in our certification group. And if you would like, you are also welcome to share that in the Ascension Bridge group too. If you feel, I mean, again, permission energy, if you feel like this would benefit that audience as well, then please share it there.
Okay, sounds good.
But if your gut is saying, nope, it's just for this, then you just share this one, okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sabrina said beautiful. I know Sabrina's feeling it too. Yeah. Lawana said, I love that. And Sean says, stunning. Thank you, Eliza. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's such a gift. So beautiful. Okay, what a wonderful class. Thank you all for showing up in your vulnerability and your willingness to create such a beautiful experience together with me. These classes would be kind of boring if you did not do that. They'd still be kind of good, right? The information's good. It's from my gut, but it's so much better because of what you are creating with me. And I am grateful for you. I really love our Tuesday nights together. April says, awesome. She loves that too, Eliza. All right, you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next Tuesday. Take care.